Tether, the controversial giant of the crypto world, has just launched a new stablecoin, supposedly backed by the full faith of the US government. Welcome to the Generational Wealth community, your pathway from knowledge to legacy. But the question is, can an offshore titan truly come ashore? For years, regulators have scrutinized Tether's every move, questioning its reserves and its role in the unregulated corners of the digital economy. Now, Tether is aiming for full compliance with its new USAT coin. Today we are examining whether this is a genuine pivot towards legitimacy, or simply a strategic maneuver in a high-stakes financial chess game. On January 27, 2026, Tether officially introduced USAT, a new stablecoin pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar. Unlike its globally dominant sibling USDT, USAT is specifically engineered for the American market. It is designed for full compliance with the new Genius Act, a landmark piece of federal legislation intended to bring clear regulation to the stablecoin industry. So, what is the strategy here? Is Tether genuinely reforming its operations to win over Wall Street and Washington? Or is this an elaborate smokescreen? To understand the significance of USAT, we must look at Tether's history. The company behind the nearly $185 billion USDT stablecoin has long been an essential, yet controversial force in crypto. For years, critics and regulators have asked a fundamental question: is every USDT truly backed one-for-one by a US dollar? Tether has faced significant scrutiny, including settlements with the New York Attorney General and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission over misrepresentations about its reserves. This history of operating in regulatory gray areas is precisely why a fully compliant US-based coin from this company is so remarkable. Now enter USAT, which Tether presents as a dollar-backed token made in America. This is not a rebranded USDT. It is built on an entirely separate and clean foundation. USAT is issued by Anchorage Digital Bank, the first federally chartered crypto bank in the United States, and its reserves are held by the financial services firm Cantor Fitzgerald. This entire framework is designed to adhere to the strict rules of the Genius Act, which mandates a 1-to-1 reserve backing, monthly audits from public accounting firms, and direct oversight from banking regulators. To lead this new direction, Tether appointed Bo Hines, a former White House Crypto Council director, as the CEO of Tether USAT, signaling a clear pivot towards regulatory alignment. So what is the deeper strategy? An optimistic view is that USAT represents a major step forward for the industry. It could create a federally regulated and trusted channel for American institutions to enter the digital asset market, potentially unlocking trillions of dollars in capital. For a market that has long sought legitimacy, a compliant Tether product is a significant development. However, a skeptical perspective reveals potential concerns. The very creation of a clean USAT implicitly raises questions about the status of the much larger offshore USDT. If USAT is the answer for US compliance, it highlights that USDT continues to operate outside of these new, stringent American regulations. And we cannot ignore the competitive landscape. USAT is a direct challenge to Circle's USDC, which has long been viewed as the more trusted and regulated stablecoin in the United States. Tether's CEO, Paolo Ardoino, has made it clear he intends to compete fiercely, stating that USAT will take away market share from competitors that tried to kill us, a comment widely seen as a jab at Circle. This sets the stage for a battle over the future of the digital dollar in the American market. The launch of USAT is not about replacing USDT. It is a calculated and strategic pivot. Tether appears to be building a two-lane empire. USDT will remain the dominant force for global, less regulated markets, while USAT will serve as its polished, compliant ambassador for American institutions. This dual-track approach allows Tether to maintain its established offshore business while simultaneously building a new, regulated entity for the world's largest economy. This is not just about launching a new coin. It is about Tether adapting to a changing world, ensuring it remains a dominant player regardless of the regulatory environment. Ultimately, Tether is playing both sides of the regulatory divide, and it appears to be doing so effectively. USAT is a masterclass in adaptation, a made-in-America product from one of crypto's most controversial companies. It offers the promise of stability and transparency, while carefully insulating its massive offshore operations from U.S. regulators. The real question remains, will this be enough for Tether to finally earn the trust of the financial establishment? Or is this just a clever move to comply in one jurisdiction while it's business as usual everywhere else? Subscribe for daily recaps, drop a comment on your biggest takeaway, and turn on notifications. We do a crypto news video every morning and a deep dive every afternoon. Let us know in the comments any subjects you'd like us to cover. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only, and not financial or investment advice. Crypto is volatile. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Do your own research.